So the coaching team asked me to do a few short videos as part of the process for people to move deeper into leadership. And one of the ones that they asked me to do was how to be a better leader and tips for being a better leader. And what I did when I thought of like, okay, what am I going to do? I thought, well, I better bring my two little cheat sheets that I use almost every day is what it seems like. And the first one is the spiral mission. So this lets us know where we're going. Like we have one for the business team and one for the coaching team. And the spiral mission just helps us all together see how we're planning on growing from year to year. And once we created that first spiral vision 2020 for yoga health coaching, what happened is we really quickly realized we needed these paths to leadership. And we realized that these groups, that there were actually these paths that these groups were going down. There was the people that were wanting to blog, and there were people that were wanting to basically help lead from the administrative side, which, like, thank gosh, because that is not my zone of excellence, nor is it my zone of genius. And then there were other people that wanted to actually guide the blog in terms of editing and in terms of steering the content. So then that editor path was born, the mentoring path was born all before that, and then the coaching path after the mentoring path. And so if you're here, you're somewhere in applying for one of these paths. And I just want to say, like, I am so glad. Like, thanks for raising your hand and saying, like, hey, I want to grow. Because that's what we do around here. And the reason I'm talking about the spiral mission is that it shows us how we're growing and where we're growing, and we've been able to create a lot of structure. So as far as my tips for leaders, it's like, that's one thing that we have to get, is that if we don't, whoa, chaos and mayhem, but if we don't build the structure to grow from here to here, if we don't actually build it, and then someone comes, you've got like all these people coming, right? It's like, build it and they will come. If it doesn't exist and you build it, it's not really clear where the heck to go, right? So there's a lot of structure within these different paths. We've built the structure so that you can grow, right? And in the whole structure within each of these different paths to leadership positions is such that you will be able to guide others through the steps that you've already walked to grow. And some of you are already bloggers, you already have your own blog, so you've already done some writing. You already know a little bit probably about headlines and about headers and keywords and how to organize content, how to tell a compelling story, or how to give compelling information in a way that is compelling to the reader, right? So that's a way of, when we select our bloggers, we want people with some blogging experience, right? Because otherwise it's harder to have the kind of quality on the site that we want. But there's great ways to practice being a blogger before you become a YHC blogger, and that's just start to do that on your own or submit to other blogs if you don't want to start your own blog. All right, so for the other paths, the paths to leadership, if we look at the structure there of the team leaders, what we see there is that people who really love structure, they love organization, and they don't mind administration. They like to meet and connect with other people and really actually build the structure there. So we find with that path, just through the process of application, if you're drawn towards that path, chances are you're already qualified. All right, and then the other path of being a YHC mentor, what we look at there as far as the skill set is that you've been engaged in your own certification process, right? And that you love it, and that you love the community. To me, those are really the qualities of a great mentor, so they've already been engaged. The program itself, the 12-month program and the certification process has been highly transformative already to that individual, right? And then there's this just like, wow, how fun would it be to do that sucker again, and this time kind of help the other people on the boat, get through quarter 1, quarter 2, quarter 3, quarter 4. We've had an amazing time watching our mentors grow. Really, we've had a great time watching people grow in every aspect of paths to leadership. It's actually just been probably the most fulfilling thing I've ever experienced in my life, in terms of my work life, is to really see what happens in the paths to leadership. People that are already fully dedicated to the body of work and doing it, and then helping other people grow through it. It's it's just blown me away. And then the coaching path of going from Body Thrive assistant through coach. So the way that we look at these different paths in terms of like tips for being a leader is there's already the structure. So we want to use the structures that we've put in place in each of these paths. And if we use the structure and we just walk the steps, what we'll find is that we innovate along the way, because one of our values, and that was the other piece of paper I use all the time and really helps me lead and will help you lead in any of these positions, is understanding that like we have some very clearly delineated values. Okay, so we have the structure piece, right? And then where's the fun creative part that all of us are in, that cultural creative demographics, and that's when I go to this second piece of paper. So the second piece of paper is our vision and values, and our vision is like the big 100-year goal that's unattainable, and that's we spread personal and planetary thrive. Hopefully you're full on behind that, because if you're not, past the leadership is not gonna be a good fit. But you obviously are, because you're here and you're in this conversation and you are sharing and spreading personal and planetary thrive. So when we have the structure set up, what it actually enables us to do is you can help us make it all amazing and better and more interconnected. And that's really what a leader does, is they come in and they innovate. And you'll see in our values, one of our core values is that we inspire through connectivity and innovation. And what does that mean? It's like, well, you will be inspired as a mentor or as a coach or as a blogger, right? And in one of these roles, you will be inspired to lead in a way that's innovative, in a way that's personal to you and to your experience and what you're bringing to the table, because we've created this structure, right? Because that's our job, that's my job as a leader, is to create the structure for the next level of leaders, for your evolution, right? Then you're able to actually walk the steps and bring in so much energy, bring in so much ingenuity and innovation. And that's how we roll around here. So tips for being a good leader is that, like, build the structure and then invite the innovation. And when someone gives you feedback and it's like, hey, I think it would be better this way, take it in. Maybe they're right. Evaluate. And that's one of the things that I found here at the helm of Yoga Health Coaching, is that that's helped me become a decent leader, is just the desire to enable that innovation to arise through the members, through the community. And that's really what we're looking for in this next level of leaders. Thank you for applying for Past Leadership. I hope this is helpful. I hope you understand why we need structure if we want to lead others, why we want to use structure so that they can walk the steps and we can help guide, right, along the way. But we know exactly where we're going, and we know some of the big steps to get there. Awesome. Namaste.